Hey, this is Whole Health with Truly Jacob, a writer. And again, you probably won't see my face because Truly Jacob, a writer is my writing pen and media name only. But today we are going to do a summary of the Steadfast Tin Soldier. And there's two different versions. They are very similar, just a tiny little bit different. Can we get any morals out of this? And what does this have to do with health? Okay, so the basic plot is that a little boy gets a tin soldier, and it's supposed to be made from just one tin spoon, but doesn't make any sense to me because maybe this spoon that's a tin spoon, maybe it has to be a cooking spoon for it to be big enough to make like 25 soldiers, but they didn't have enough tin for this soldier's leg. And then there's basically a ballerina, and he loves looking at the ballerina, and he wants to marry the ballerina. But a jack-in-the-box literally is like, no, she's mine, even though the ballerina only looks like she has one leg too. And then the jack-in-the-box is jealous because he was there first. It's like the jack-in-the-box was claiming the ballerina for himself. And so he gets pushed out of the window, thrown through the drain, continuing on. A fish eats him. He ends up back in the same house because the cook bought the fish at the market, and he sees the ballerina again. He's like, I want this ballerina to be my wife, but maybe she wouldn't want me. But then for some reason the boy decides to put him in the fire, and one comes and puts her in the fire, and then they're left with like two metal pieces that look completely different. So let's look at the other one real quick as far as the pictures are concerned. I really like the pictures of the other one better, but this is a little bit more of a thorough story. Like getting the box, the boy, tin soldier on the table. This is what this ballerina looks like. Again, the jack in the box, or some the toys play at night. They seem to like each other, and he's like, you'll pay. And though it's worded a little bit differently, and he gets kicked out, but the main difference is here is the rat is demanding that you show your passport to be able to get through, and the tin soldier didn't have a passport for some reason. So he was able, and no one else was able to stop the tin soldier from getting through, so he went through customs without a passport, and the rat was like the custom place or something. And then continuing on, still ends up in a fish, but it's more elaborate, showing, oh, this is what it looked in the fish's digestive system. Fish eating a watch, keys, coins for no reason. And then, getting caught, slaughtered. Oh, you find the tin soldier again. Oh, and the cook is nice and like, oh, this is where your tin soldier ended up, and puts it back on the table. So, and then, like, they see each other again, and then the boy, here it shows the boy actually throwing this in the fire, and the ballerina ending up in the fire. And then these are the pieces that are left, which don't match. So, what is health? Today in society, society has become very corrupt, and they think, hey, I can have sex with whoever I want. I can marry whoever I want. You may not actually be designed by the one who formed you in your mother's womb and the ancient ones that have always existed even before Adam and Eve. You may have actually been designed to match up one male or one adult boy and one adult girl. They match up to be 100% compatible for each other. And so this story could actually be used to bring about this moral lesson to little boys of one day you're going to grow up and you're going to want to get married. You need to make sure you marry the one who they designed you to be 100% compatible with. For if not, you'll both burn up and you'll die and you'll lose your salvation. So this would be a very good, probably scary thing to teach a child. So you would definitely want to make sure you read it with your boy child, your girl child, to teach that moral lesson. You don't want to end up like these toys and get burned in the lake of fire. So that's the moral lessons I'm getting out of this. And then also, it's like an awesome like Christian principle where it's like, if you actually pray and the Lord or God or Jesus like help guide you to the right person that you're 100% compatible for, then it like your marriage is going to be better even though there's sin that exists in the world. And you're going to be able to teach the kids good morals better and everything, because like especially if they're converted too or whatever. So it's like, don't be looking at someone else that doesn't belong to you. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. The morals of these stories is that there could be actually way back whenever these books were initially written, is they actually believed that the one that always existed and deserved worship and honor and glory, that they designed a couple to be 100% compatible for each other, girl and boy only. Excuse me, I have a cough for some reason. So that's what I get. And if that's really how it's designed, then that would be how you have whole health in marriage. Because then it's like, if you get married, there's sex involved in marriage, and that's how sex is done in a healthy way only. So, but this is just an idea. Society as a whole, they've said at times, I've never heard that before, that the ones that always existed designed someone to be 100% compatible, like a girl and a boy match up to be 100% compatible only. I've never heard of that. What? I can choose to marry or have sex with whoever I want, is the attitude of society. Is this really true? Do you really have healthy relationships with everyone you have had sex with because you thought you could, have sex with whoever you wanted? Is it really true? Or is it this marriage principle of you're only designed to be 100% compatible with one individual? If you're a boy, you line up with a certain girl only. If you're a girl, you line up with a certain boy only. And you find each other when you become adults. So do you want a healthy relationship? Then it's like, pick what is really true. But I have no way of knowing if this theory is really true or not, because everyone around me is like, you don't have to pray about who you're gonna marry. You can choose for yourself. So I don't know what's true. All I know is that there is no man that has sought to pursue me and want this kind of relationship with me, even though I prayed for it to happen. It didn't happen. I wanted to seek the Lord's guidance, and be led to the right one that I'm 100% compatible with, where we're both on the same page religiously, and I wanted to be us to both be saved at some point, but I'm not sure what's what anymore. So I need more truth. So this is my review. It's a good teaching tool, probably for older kids. I wouldn't want to give this one to younger kids because it could probably scare them. And it's even probably good for one to like go over with teenagers as like a similar illustrative story. So it's like this one, I like the pictures better. This was more thorough with the story. However, there was like weird words in here. For instance, let's go back to the ballerina. It describes the ballerina having, her dress was of a soft muslin, and she wore a ribbon fastened with silver sequin as big as her face. I don't know what a muslin is. So, and I like probably muslin, and because I swear that's how they spell. I don't know. Maybe it like looks so close to Muslim, so I was like, I might have read it wrong. I don't know, but I was like, muslin. What's a muslin? Okay, so it's more thorough, but that was different, and then the passport was different, and there was more thorough pictures. So it's like, hey, you can read different ones. You don't have to read the same story all the time, and that can help keep things interesting if you need to teach the same lesson over and over to your child or your teenager. So, if this isn't the moral lesson for health that you would have gotten out of this story, is there a different moral lesson you would have gotten out of this story? Feel free to put that in the comment section below. And if you liked this video, feel free to like and subscribe to this channel if you want. Until next time, have a great day.